He was on the Tennessee top 10 most wanted list. Now he's in a Southern Kentucky jail. More on the unusual arrest ahead.
Weekend is off and running on a good-looking start out there across central and eastern Kentucky. Oh, it gets a whole lot better as we go into our Saturday. We'll track a lot of good and some potential bad in just a moment.
Sheriff's deputies say 2 people stole this car before crashing it into a Shell gas station in Lancaster.
This is WKYT News at 4.
Welcome to WKYT News at 4. Amber Philpott reporting here. Jennifer has the day off. The day started out with some flurries for some of us, but we are getting a break from the cold and snow for sure. There's a weekend warm-up on the way for us. Take a look. This is a live look now at downtown Lexington from one of our sky cams. Temperatures this weekend could soar into the 50s. We want to check in first on this Friday afternoon with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. That snow is trying to get out of here, isn't it, on the ground?
You know what? It really is. The shaded areas out here at the station, and where the areas that had the most drifting from that big winter storm that is over a week old now, we are still seeing some of that snow that is clinging to the sidelines out near our fence line in front of the station toward Winchester Road. But look at the sky. Look at the temperature spiking up to 40, 41 degrees into much of the area. It feels like it is 37. Winds have already now shifted to the southwest at 6 miles an hour. That tells me that this little cold shot that is glancing central and eastern Kentucky is already getting on out of town, allowing for temperatures to respond quickly. We got a shot at 60 as we go into the weekend, maybe a 70 early next week. Right now, though, it's chilly. It feels like it's 37 Lexington, 36 into Maysville, 41 Richmond, and 36 into downtown London. And as we go out and about this evening, all those numbers will continue to drop. Not a whole lot skywise out there to worry about, but temperatures by 11 o'clock will be at or below the 32-degree mark in most areas. Here's what we are tracking. Milder air for the weekend. Severe weather threat continues to show itself for Groundhog Day Tuesday. Behind that, Arctic air is set to return. Busy, busy, busy. 7-day forecast here in about 15 minutes.
Chris, thank you. One of Tennessee's most wanted has been caught in southern Kentucky. Deputies found a fugitive hiding behind a small refrigerator in a Laurel County home. We first told you about this story last night at 11. 51-year-old Rick James Brock was wanted on child rape and aggravated assault charges. The home where he was found belonged to Brock's brother. Deputies say they arrested Brock easily, but he put up a fight when they tried to book him in.
He was being processed, and at the time that he was being processed, I guess he realized the seriousness of the charges, and he actually assaulted one of our deputies and actually tried to flee the building, and he put up quite a struggle with our deputies and finally was taken into custody and lodged in the county jail.
Brock now faces charges in Kentucky as well. It's not clear when he'll be taken back to Tennessee. We'll have a report from Laurel County on WKYT News at 5. A jury says a Scott County woman convicted of killing her boyfriend should spend 30 years in prison. The jury found Melinda Turner guilty of murder last night. In 2010, 26-year-old Maxwell Pomeroy Jr. was found stabbed to death inside their Georgetown home. Turner told police 3 black men broke into the house and killed Pomeroy. One of the more emotional moments in court came when Pomeroy's mother took the stand today.
We're a close-knit family, and as a mother, I've had to watch my other 2 children suffer because they miss their brother so much.
Turner faces between 20 years and life in prison. She could be eligible for parole after serving about 20 years, according to the Commonwealth's attorney. The search continues this afternoon for 2 people who crashed a stolen car into a central Kentucky gas station. It happened around 2 this morning at the Shell on US 27 in Garrett County near the Jessamine County line. As Mike Byer reports, police say the suspects caused thousands of dollars in damage.
Where are you going?
Workers are cleaning up the mess. A new entrance is being put in. It's business as usual at the Rocky Top Shell gas station in Lancaster.
They've not had an issue. This is the new store. They've been here for almost 6 years.
That is until early this morning, around 2 o'clock. That's when Garrett County Sheriff's deputies tell us a vehicle was stolen by 2 suspects from the nearby Daycrest subdivision. Deputies say from there, the duo drove the car to the Shell gas station, which was closed at the time. As you can see in this surveillance video, after the suspects arrived, the driver backed the white SUV through the north entrance of the store. After the car came to a rest, the video reveals both suspects fleeing on foot.
I was getting ready for work to come in today, and my parents saw it on the TV, and they yelled, "We're going to hurry up and get in here."
Now it's hard to make out their identity, but deputies believe it's a man and a woman.
I really hope they do catch the people.
Deputies tell us there is no apparent motive as nothing was stolen. The gas station owners tell us the damage is in the thousands and are offering up $1,000 of their own for the capture of the two suspects. Meanwhile, the car was severely damaged as well and has been returned to its owner. Until authorities can track down the two suspects, employees say there's only one thing left to do.
Getting cleaned up and pretty much just continuing on business as normal.
In Garrett County, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Sheriff's deputies say several other vehicles have recently been broken into in that Daycrest subdivision. They believe the two suspects who stole the car this morning are responsible for those break-ins as well. We are working on a number of other stories for you on WKYT starting at 4:30. Sam Dick joins us now from the newsroom with a look at some of the news in progress. Good afternoon, Sam.
Good afternoon, Amber. The Lexington Fire Department is investigating after a string of recent arsons. They think someone set fire to the Jennifer Road apartments, a Lextran bus stop on Jennifer Road, and at the closed Continental Inn. Police are checking to see if the suspect was caught on surveillance video. So far, no arrests have been made. You'll hear from the fire department and from a woman who lives nearby ahead on WKYT News at 5. A Lexington business wants to help a woman recover a precious item. Nicole Brazil's husband died a year ago. On the one-year anniversary, she created a little free library that included books that were important to him. That box has since disappeared, and now J&H Outdoors is offering a $500 reward for its return.
It was very moving, and that's why we would really love to offer the reward so that the original contents come back, because obviously it was very sentimental and it really meant something to her. So I feel like that's the most important thing is to get the original contents back to her as it was.
She originally posted on Facebook about the box disappearing on Tuesday. The post has since been shared more than 4,000 times. That's a quick look at some of the news in progress on this Friday. Amber, back to you.
Kentucky Wildcats are gearing up for a big road game this weekend. Fourth-ranked Kansas is next up for John Calipari's team. The Cats have won the last 3 meetings with the Jayhawks, including the 2012 NCAA title game. But Kentucky has not won in Lawrence since 1985, and the Jayhawks just happen to have a 34-game home winning streak going. It would be a huge upset for the 20th ranked Cats. You can see the SEC Big 12 Challenge Saturday night at 7 o'clock on ESPN. Now to some stories that are making headlines for us across the nation at 4. With just days to go before the Iowa caucus, the first contest in the 2016 race for the White House, Donald Trump now says he's glad he skipped out on last night's GOP debate. But was it a brilliant move or a big mistake? Scott McLean has the story.
The last 4 questions have been, Rand, please attack Ted. Marco, please attack Ted.
In a debate without Donald Trump, Texas Senator Ted Cruz stood front and center, taking the heat that comes with the spotlight.
Gosh, if you guys ask one more mean question, I may have to leave the stage.
Today, Donald Trump says he's happy with his decision to take a pass.
And Cruz is in second place. He got really pummeled last night. Actually, I'm glad I wasn't there because I guess all of that, he got pummeled.
In fact, Iowa voters woke up to this cover in the Des Moines Register Friday. Rough night for Ted Cruz.
It would have been a great debate 8 months ago, but it almost is irrelevant now in the era of Trump, because the fact is they're going after each other, and Donald Trump is still leading in the polls. He was the winner in absentia of that debate last night.
Today, Cruz's campaign playing defense.
He did take some incoming, but he handled it well.
While Cruz was fending off attacks, Donald Trump took his show and loyal supporters down the road in Des Moines, holding a fundraiser for veterans charities, confident his absence wouldn't hurt him.
I don't even think I have to campaign anymore. Why am I even wasting my time? I don't have to campaign. I can leave here right now. They're going to vote for me.
With candidates making one final push in Iowa, Donald Trump is letting his 7-point lead do all the talking, spending his day instead in New Hampshire. In Washington, Scott McLean reporting.
Do you ever wonder why it is so tough to get affordable concert tickets? An investigation says the system is rigged. The details ahead in WKYT Money Watch. And coming up, we'll have some of the most outrageous excuses for being late to work.
Important message for women and men ages 50 to 85. Please write down this toll-free number now. Right now in areas like yours, people are receiving this free information kit for guaranteed acceptance life insurance with a rate lock through the Colonial Penn program. If you are on a fixed income or concerned about rising prices, learn about affordable whole life insurance with a lifetime rate lock that guarantees your rate can never increase for any reason. If you did not receive your information or if you misplaced it, call this number now and we'll rush it to you. Your acceptance is guaranteed with no health questions. Please stand by to learn more.
I'm Alex Trebek, and the announcement you just heard is for a popular and affordable life insurance plan with a rate lock guarantee. That means your rate is locked in for life and can never increase. Did you get your free information kit in the mail? If not, please call this toll-free number now. In the last month alone, thousands have called about this plan with the rate lock guarantee through the Colonial Penn program. And here's why. This plan is affordable, with coverage options for just $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. Your rate is locked in and can never go up. And your acceptance is guaranteed. You cannot be turned down because of your health. See how much coverage you can get for just $9.95 a month. Call now for your free information kit. Don't wait. Call today.
Call 1-800-909-4488 for your free information and free gift. There's no obligation. That's 1-800-909-4488. Or visit us online at colonialpenn.com. That number again is 1-800-909-4488. Call now.
Every morning is an eye-opening morning on CBS This Morning. Start with responsible, intelligent information and conversation.
Take me back to that moment that we just saw in this confrontation.
Searchers race to save people trapped for days in Colorado. In an interview you'll see only on CBS This Morning.
Start with world-class original reporting. Start thinking. CBS This Morning.
My family roots go back to Bourbon County since the 1800s. Now living and working in Lexington for the past 30 years, I've got a pretty firm grasp on what it means to stand for Kentucky. It means we stand for putting the people of Kentucky first. So when someone is out there not holding Kentucky as sacred as the rest of us, we track them down and we hold them accountable. It makes a difference when a local news station has your back. Check us out and see what it means when we say WKYT stands for Kentucky.
Keep up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
Gains across the board again today on Wall Street. The Dow was up nearly 400 points. The Nasdaq was up more than 100 points, and the S&P 500 was up about 46. The sale of gun silencers is soaring ahead of new federal regulations expected this summer, which will make it more difficult to buy firearms because of more extensive background checks that are coming. In the past 5 years, the number of registered silencers in the U.S. has surged almost 300%. The Super Bowl is more than a week away, and this year advertisers are bringing out celebrities in full force to drive up the buzz for their brands. First-time advertiser Amazon has hired Alec Baldwin, while Kevin Hart and Ryan Reynolds will be promoting Hyundai. Ads will cost as much as $5 million for a 30-second spot. That is up from $4.5 million last year. You can catch the Super Bowl and all of the commercials on February 7th right here on WKYT. And ever wonder why it is so difficult to get affordable tickets to concerts and sporting events? New York's Attorney General says the system is rigged. A 3-year investigation from his office found that half of the tickets to many events are set aside for industry insiders and promoters and unavailable to the public. Brokers then resell tickets on private websites for more than face value. Running late happens to all of us, whether it's bad traffic or you hit that snooze button too many times, but many times it can lead to being late to work. And a new survey found that people come up with some pretty creative excuses. Jamie Yukas reports.
Can we ask you a question real quick? I'm sorry, I have to get back to work.
It seems like all of us are running behind.
How often were you late?
Oh, 3 out of 5 days.
Some excuses are plausible.
My baby poop.
I told them that I was like throwing up sick.
So that's why I was late, and I really just overslept.
Did they buy it?
Yeah.
But others are even more creative.
Someone from a family died.
I didn't think it was a work day. It was a holiday.
And how did that fly?
Not so much.
Think that's bad? A new survey from Career Builder asked hiring managers the most outrageous excuses they'd heard. They included, my hair caught on fire from my blow dryer. There was fresh powder on the hill. I had to go skiing. A Vaseline truck overturned on the highway and cars were slipping left and right. And I was detained by Homeland Security.
But more than a third of employers say they don't care if you're late every once in a while.
The survey shows a quarter of us show up late at least once a month.
Why do we come up with an excuse?
To avoid any trouble?
Or maybe because the actual reasons are boring. The survey found more than 50% get tied up in traffic, a third oversleep, and 15% were delayed dropping their kids at school or daycare. Jamie Yukas, CBS News, New York.
Well, apparently we feel guilty about strolling in late because more than 60% of workers say if they arrive late, they end up staying later to make up for it.
I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about at a brand new place in town, Love and Grace Yoga Studio. We'll tell you more about it when we return here on WKYT.
Good-looking start to the weekend. It gets better as we roll into our Saturday and Sunday. We'll talk about that and the possibility of some big thunderstorms lurking for your Groundhog Day forecast in just a moment.
When winter is at its worst, that's when WKYT calls a First Alert Severe Weather Day, keeping your family safe with the power of the Defender Radar Network and the entire First Alert weather team, plus continuous coverage on air, on WKYT.com, and wherever you are with our news and weather apps. Because when the snow starts falling, it takes an experienced team to stand for you when the weather gets tough. First Alert Severe Weather Days, only on WKYT.
We've got an online auto approval hornswoggle. Oh, I hate swogglers.
They said I was approved online.
Uh-oh, I smell a butt coming.
Yeah, a big butt. But I wasn't really approved.
Only drivetime.com gives you a real online approval in 2 minutes. No butts.
Because butts stink.
Butts do stink.
Kind of a double meaning. What do you mean?
Huh?
Save yourself. Get a real online approval first. Go to drivetime.com.
At WKYT, we stand for Kentucky. We stand for the people of this great Commonwealth. We stand for hard work and for those who aren't afraid to get their hands dirty. We stand for the little guy, and we root for the underdog, if we ever had to. We stand with Kentucky through hardships and through triumphs, through uncertainty and through tragedy. We stand for the big city and the rolling hills alike. And we stand for the one unifying factor that brings us all together. Pride. Pride in our home state, in where we've been, and in where we're going. At WKYT, we always have been, and we always will be, standing right here with you. WKYT stands for Kentucky.
Meredith and her crew are having some serious fun.
Oh, geez! What is going on here?
It's always unexpected.
We never know, right?
You are good. And totally unpredictable.
It's only vodka. You gotta spill the beans. Yes, Meredith.
The Meredith Vieira Show.
It's really good. I'm feeling at home here.
Every weekday.
Weekdays at 2 on the CW Lexington.
The hottest name in late night is talking to the biggest names in politics.
I'm like a kid in a candy store. Who's paying for the candy?
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
This is the first interview that we've actually.
That's true.
I was playing a character who did not care for you.
I can say it now, it was mutual.
Where newsmakers make news.
I've said a few things about you over the years.
Some nice things. Not too much.
Weeknights, only CBS.
WKYT News is brought to you by Traditional Bank. Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Well, here we are dealing with some sunshine across the area today, talking about warmer days ahead of us, and we're still looking at
little snow that is showing up across parts of central and eastern Kentucky. For the bluegrass region, mainly in the shaded areas that picked up greater than a foot to a foot and a half of snow a week ago today. Hey, you still got snow covering the ground right now. That's the Mountain Parkway cam heading towards southeastern Kentucky. Now, temperatures today are colder than yesterday, as expected. We're 5 degrees colder in Lexington. Still can't call this really cold by late January standards. It's upper 30s to low 40s across the entire area. Clean looking Defender radar network. It'll stay that way for the next 24 hours. Tomorrow morning, upper 20s to low 30s. Tomorrow afternoon, upper 50s to right around 60 degrees, partly to mostly sunny skies. New hour-by-hour forecast will walk you through that weekend and then the changes that blow into town into the first part of next week. Short-term forecast, those temperatures tomorrow morning, seasonal, upper 20s to low 30s. Tomorrow afternoon, we're deep into the 50s. I think a 60 will show up here or there across the region. Now we go through the day on Sunday. Notice how clouds begin to increase as your afternoon wears on. Still on the warm side, and yes, the potential is there by the end of the day Sunday for a raindrop or two. Better chance for some showers coming up as we go into Sunday night and Monday. That's actual cold front that is through the area. It will knock those temperatures down into the upper 40s to low 50s for Monday. That will set the stage for a big warm up, though, coming in for one day on Tuesday. As a storm system cranks across Texas, severe weather threat initially will develop across parts of the deep south, Mississippi Valley. This is 3 o'clock Monday afternoon. That warm air surges across Kentucky as that low wraps up across parts of Missouri. So by the second half of Tuesday into Tuesday evening, potential is there for that severe weather threat to get as far north as the Ohio River down to the Tennessee Valley. Then as we go through Tuesday evening, that severe threat will then diminish the farther east that we go. Gusty winds will be noted in a setup like this, and by the time we go into Wednesday, look at all the cold air that is coming in behind this storm system. That, by the way, is likely to produce a blizzard from the Plain States into the western parts of the Great Lakes. We're going to miss out on that part of the program this go around, but we are going to indeed see colder air coming into town. Upper 50s to near 60 this weekend with a chance for a late day shower Sunday. Better rain chances on Monday morning. 70-ish for Groundhog Day. The groundhog may be wearing a Speedo. Let's go around. Why? Flip-flops, you name it. Early next week, we have to watch for the severe weather threat, especially coming Tuesday afternoon and evening.
Yeah, sounds we're gonna pay for that.
Yeah,
nice 70
you get 70 degrees this, in the wintertime. Chances are something's got to give.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, a new place in town is focusing on strengthening bodies, minds, and souls.
It's called the Love and Grace Yoga Studio, and Deanne Stevens is out and about from there today with a whole lot more. Hi, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. Clearly, I'm just observing what's happening here at the Love and Grace Yoga Studio. I'll get down there in a minute. I said I took my 3 ibuprofen so I could make it through the class. Jennifer and Sherry with us from Love and Grace Studio. You guys just opened up. What is Love and Grace Studio?
We are a yoga studio that is Christ-centered.
And what makes you guys so different from other yoga studios? Sherry, Jennifer?
Well, we do all the same yoga postures of any other yoga studio, but our practice is completely focused on Christ, and our meditation is always on Scripture.
Now, I understand your yoga instructors are called Holy Yoga Instructors. Tell me about that.
Holy Yoga is a group that's been going for about 10 years now, and so we're certified just like other yoga instructors, but we are taught to focus on Christ, and we do a lot of Bible scripture studies and things like that.
Okay, Jennifer, what are we watching here? Star is your instructor today.
Yes, Star's teaching today, and right now they're doing reverse warrior, and then they're going to float back into an extended side angle.
So these are normal yoga poses. It's just mixed with some scripture, right?
Yes, that's correct. It's all the same poses of any kind of secular traditional yoga. And the only difference is that we're just keep our practice completely focused on Christ. We have some devotion during practice, and our meditation's always on the Word.
This is a neat way you're reaching out to others, that's for sure. How can folks get more info on your place?
Well, we have a website. It's loveandgraceyoga.com, and we also have a Facebook page that they can visit, Love and Grace Yoga on Facebook.
Okay, very neat. Check out Love and Grace Yoga. By the way, they are located at 1230 Winchester Road, and I'm going to start stretching, so at 4:50, I can get down there with them. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Back to you guys.
Deanne, thank you. Coming up in Better Living, how lack of sleep is putting some women at risk, and Facebook hits at how it could become a friend player in the ride-sharing business. That's ahead on WKYT News at 4. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $56 million, and tomorrow night's Powerball jackpot is $96 million.
Arby's Mix and Match 2 for $5 is back. Mix and match 2 of these tasty things for just $5. What the heck are those? Bacon, ranch, and cheddar on curly fries? You should definitely get those for one of your tasty things. Then get another thing. But start with the loaded curly fries for sure. Arby's, we have the meats.
Bringing the news to you when TV isn't an option. WKYT News, now streaming live on your mobile device. Always here, so you can be anywhere.
Are you happy with your bathroom? I wasn't. I thought I didn't have the money until I learned about Bathfitter. Bathfitter puts a new bathtub right over your old one. Isn't that amazing? Bathfitter will measure and install right over your existing tub. And only Bathfitter has seamless walls, which guarantees a watertight fit. Plus, they do it all in just one day. That's my favorite part. Book a free consultation and find out for yourself. Call today or learn more at bathfitternow.com.
I grew up in Harlem, but I've lived in Lexington since graduating from UK, and it's given me a real appreciation for what it means to stand for Kentucky. Whether it's a big city or a small town, the people of Kentucky want our state to succeed. And we here at WKYT want to do our part to share the stories of difference makers who make our state a better place to live. I'm WKYT's Barbara Bailey, and I stand for Kentucky.
98.1 The Bull and Hardee's presents the Red, White, and Boom Music Festival 2016.
Starring Jason Aldean,
Eric Church,
Florida Georgia Line,
Thomas Rhett,
Cole Swindell,
Casey Musgraves,
and many more.
Powered by the Lexington Clinic. Labor Day weekend, September 2nd through the 4th at the Whitaker Bank Ballpark, Lexington.
Tickets on sale now at
redwhiteandboom.com.
You know why I love the feud? That's why. Name something your wife has that's bigger than yours.
My wife gotta have a big old butt.
Or else this ain't going down. Gots to have a bigger butt.
Family Feud, 1 full hour starting at 7 on the CW Lexington.
It is time now for better living, health, education, and consumer news that impacts your life. A new health concern for women who have trouble sleeping at night. New research from Harvard suggests women who have difficulty sleeping are much more likely to develop type 2 diabetes. Doctors tracked more than 133,000 patients. They found women with numerous sleep problems, such as snoring and waking frequently, were up to 4 times more likely to develop the condition. Doctors at Johns Hopkins say people trying to learn a new skill, like on the computer, for example, do better when they change things up slightly during practice. Scientists say the process of combining new knowledge with memory is key to developing stronger motor skills. Facebook may be looking to take on Uber. A patent application reveals the social media giant may get into ride sharing. The idea is an expansion of Facebook's event feature. The feature would help users share vehicles or find a travel buddy to get to events. Facebook's patent has not yet been approved. This news comes weeks after Facebook announced a partnership with Uber to allow users to book cars from Facebook's Messenger app. For more health, education, and consumer news, let's log on to WKYT.com and click on Better Living. Now let's head over to Chris and talk about an absolutely beautiful weekend that's coming up for us.
Oh, without question. Starting out on a very nice note out there as well. A little chillier than yesterday, but it's late January. After all, it's still not bad out there, especially once you get out in the sun that is shining down across the Bluegrass State. Still melting some snow across the Mountain Parkway, Lexington, sides of the roads where we had some of those big drifts a week ago today. Still left. Nothing in Florence. Not a whole lot left over Frankfort. Temperatures right around 40, 41 degrees, 42 right now in the capital city. And a good-looking Defender radar network. Absolutely nothing that is showing up across the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Surrounding states are calm and clean as well. That bodes well for your weekend forecast. But when I come back in a little bit, we will focus on a big storm that comes into town early next week. I'll show you why Groundhog Day may come in on a thundering note. We'll track the possibility of some big thunderstorms just ahead in WKYT News at 4:30, and it starts now.